Hi all, welcome to a 22 SAS MilSim Group training video. These videos are designed to help make your 22 SAS experience a better one by introducing you to some of the equipment and procedures that we use in mission. This video looks at grenades and in particular the ACE-3 advanced throw-in. Let's go. Before we do anything else, make sure that you've got your earplugs in. There are three main grenades that you will be carrying and using in game. The M67 fragmentation grenade, the M84 stun grenade, and the M83 smoke grenade white. Remember, as well as providing cover, smoke grenades can give away your position. Your patrol IC will be carrying other colours of smoke grenade as well, for certain tasks like marking the enemy. This uses red smoke. Red smoke should never be used for anything else. Firstly, we're going to look at the vanilla grenade system and some of the problems that are associated with it. If I'm about to throw a grenade in mission, I may be particularly wanting to throw a smoke grenade, for example, or a stun grenade or a frag grenade. The first problem is I cannot actually tell immediately which type of grenade it is that I'm about to throw. The only way I can do this is by actually cycling through the types of grenades that I've got. To do that, the default command is Control and G. If you now look in the top right hand corner, it's cycling through the various types. I've got white smoke, M84, M67, and the number of the ones that I've actually got available to me. The problem is, as soon as I release that key, that will gradually fade out and disappear. As you can see, it's already starting to go, and now it's just about gone. The system will remember the last type of grenade that you threw, but will you remember the last type of grenade that you threw? So you must make sure before you do throw one that you are throwing the right type. Obviously the circumstances could be catastrophic. If you've been told by, for example, your patrol IC to throw a stun grenade into a room and you throw a frag grenade in their stead, then you could destroy both you, the insides of the room, and everybody else around you. Or you might throw a smoke grenade instead, in which case it will have no effect whatsoever when you actually enter the room. So this is one problem that we have. Once you've decided that you've actually got the right type of grenade and you're about to throw it, the default command for throwing a grenade is G. The other problem is where exactly is the grenade going to go? It will go immediately the way you're facing, but how far is determined by how far you look up or how far you look down, and so on. Again, this can be extremely difficult to judge in game. So as an example here, I'm going to throw a smoke grenade. So make sure I've got a smoke grenade set, and then I'm just going to point down there, maybe like I would in game, and then throw it. As you can see, it's now thrown not very far in front of me. If that had been a frag grenade, we would have almost certainly been injured by the fragments coming off of that grenade. You would have had to throw it much further. Even more importantly, if we move over here and I'm attempting to throw a grenade through a window, then it's even more difficult to do. So if I throw that, as you can see, I'm looking around trying to judge whereabouts it is it's got to go in there. Really difficult to actually do. So this is another problem with our inherent vanilla game system. Also, by default, the key for throwing a grenade is just a single tap of G. This can lead to real problems in game. Right next to the G is the F key, which changes the type of fire that you have. If you accidentally miss that when selecting from single shot to full auto and hit the G key instead, you can accidentally drop a frag grenade right in the middle of your patrol, with obviously catastrophic results. So again, another problem that we have within the vanilla system. You can get around some of these problems. For example, most people recommend that you do not use single tap of any key to throw a grenade, that you always do a double tap to at least make sure that you can't accidentally tap a key once and drop a grenade. So a lot of people map it to actually being a double G rather than being a single G, and that is highly recommended if you aren't using any other grenade system at all. But it doesn't overcome the problem of what type of grenade are you throwing, and also where exactly is it going to go. This is where the ACE-3 grenade system comes in, which is what we're going to look at next. Now looking at the ACE-3 advanced throwing system. To bring up a grenade or to select the advanced throwing system, the control is Shift D. Immediately bringing up with Shift D, I can immediately see what type of grenade I'm about to throw. In this instance, it's a fragmentation grenade. It also tells us what controls we need to use. So left click will actually throw the grenade, a scroll wheel will change the mode, and by changing the mode, what that means is that it will swap between the two types of throw pattern. In this instance, there's that distance and this one is much closer, and it shows you that again using the white dots are showing you whereabouts the grenade is going to go. So for example, a long throw I can elevate, I can see it's going to go quite far. If I shift that, you can see and now see it's going to go close again. If I hold down the center mouse button, click it, then it start to cook the grenade. This obviously lessens the amount of time it is from when it explodes. The right click will cancel it and take you back out of that. With this system, there's no way of accidentally dropping a grenade in amongst your patrol, because you have to do several actions. You have to select grenade and then you have to throw it. Going back into it again, so Shift D will bring it up. If I want to change the type of grenades I want to throw, so again Shift G will actually go through and tell me the different types, and I can quite clearly see which type it is, and it does not fade away, it's there immediately. The actual pattern itself, of dots itself that are on there, show me exactly where it's going to go. So white dots show me the flight path of the grenade. If however I move closer, now you can see that some of the dots have started to change to red. That means that they will collide with an object somewhere. So that means it's going to bounce back and start to go somewhere else. So if I try to get through that window, I can see that if I go too high, I'm going to collide with the wall above it. If I go across to the left, I'm going to collide with that. Across to the right, I'm going to collide with that. However, if I go there, it will go straight through the window. I can see the path it's going to take and go straight through that window into the room beyond. If I change the mode, you can see now it's not going to go anywhere near that window. It might go closer. That might be what I need to do somewhere else. Again, we can see that there. If I go down even further, you can now see that the dot has changed to green. That's indicating whereabouts it's going to hit the ground. So again, I've got a clear indication of where this grenade's going to go. If I'm trying to get it through a window or through a door, I can see that it's going to go through there and it's going to hit the ground inside, or it's going to hit that door. Got to be very careful, depends which way it bounces, etc, etc. And again, if I've got any problems, I can then shift to actually right click to actually cancel it. We have one other advantage as well that we can do with our grenades, which we can't do with the vanilla, is we can in fact drop them. So Shift G to bring the grenade up. I'm going to cycle through Shift G to get the smoke grenade, and what I actually want to do is be able to drop this grenade at my feet. To do this, if I do Control G, it's now again, you can see the grenade is raised up there, and what it means, it will drop virtually at my feet to do that. I can now use the scroll wheel to try and extend further away, drop it further away from me or closer to me. So this is quite good, for example, dropping stuff out of a window or off a balcony. That allows me to do that. So in this example, we're going to drop the grenade, I'm going to drop it at my feet, again left click, and now it's literally dropped at my feet and will go off. One of the other things that I can do with ACE, which I can't do with the vanilla, is I can actually go in and use the Windows key to actually find it and pick up the smoke grenade and throw it somewhere else, and I can carry it for as far as I want. So again, that could be a useful thing. Obviously not advised to attempt to pick up fragmentation grenades and walk away with them after they've been thrown. One other example I can do, which will come in handy, again pick a grenade, Shift G, smoke grenade, make sure it's a smoke, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this off. So what I've done there, I know I can actually walk with the grenade or I can throw it. So I can use that to mark a path or whatever I need to do. So as you can see, the ACE-3 throwing system is a much better system than the vanilla one. We can do a lot more with it. It does require a bit of practice to get used to it, what you can actually do. The easiest way, if you want to practice this, is to create a little scenario, go into a little mission and switch damage off to yourself so you cannot get damaged, which is what I've done in this. So for example, if I go here, I'm going to select a fragmentation grenade, excuse me, and I'm going to drop it, and I'm actually going to cook it off, and then I'm going to just drop it at my feet. And fortunately, because I got damage off, it doesn't do anything at all to me. So this way I can practice what's happening. I can have a go at the grenades. For example, I can go up and attempt to drop frag grenades out of windows, etc., without causing any damage to myself. One of the big things about this is that it is possible, obviously, to remap all the keys that you can use. So for example, you might decide that the ACE system is so good that you don't want to use the vanilla system in our games, wherever you can use ACE. So you could map, instead of using Control G to bring up the ACE grenades, you could map it so that you just use single tap G to bring up the ACE grenade system. Remember, if you decide to do this, make sure you turn off the default vanilla single tap of G, because that will automatically drop a grenade straight away. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. Any questions or queries, drop me a line on Discord channel or have a word with me in game. If there are any other videos that you'd like to see, you'd like to have some more information on doing how we do stuff in game, whether it's equipment or procedures, then drop a line on the Discord channel and we'll see what we can do. See you soon.